Welcome back, everyone. This video is going to be my attempt at a tutorial on Queen Charge Lalo. And Lalo or Queen Charge Lalo or any Lalo at Town Hall 13 is extremely difficult to master. Like I was doing Lalo back at Town Hall 9, and I really have never gotten back to it, to be honest. But that was my main attack back when Town Hall 9 was max. But that being said, and this chart is from Itsu, and according to Itsu, the two best attacks are at the top of the chart. You have Queen Charge Hybrid and Yeti Smash. The one thing I will say about the Yeti Smash that he was talking about, and I'm thinking about making a video on redoing it, but this Yeti Smash involves about 6 Yetis, and it also involves wall breakers, so preferably the super wall breaker. And basically, what takes it over the top, according to Itsu, is you don't waste a jump or a spell to get through the first layer of walls. So a bunch of our guys are running some form of Yeti Smash, just incorporating and trying to incorporate a wall breaker. And like even if you want to keep 2 jumps, but using them in the middle of the base, you'll be a lot more effective. So just think about that the next time you are doing that. Queen Char's Hybrid is still really powerful, but what I'm finding and is that everybody's defending against those 2 attacks. So, like for instance, most of our bases last war we had with a Champ 1 clan, most of our bases defended against a lot of those ground attacks, and the meta is ground. So while Queen Char's Lalo is down here, and Sui Lalo, which is extremely difficult. Like I'm not even attempting that right now anymore. But Queen Charge Lalo is so similar to Queen Charge Hybrid that I think it can be done a lot easier. So that being said, because all the bases are going against this ground meta, if we can get a couple people to master the Queen Charge Lalo, I think it'll have dramatic results. The Yeti Bobat is pretty much like a Yeti Smash, except you're bringing like 5 bat spells and like 2 to 3 freezes. So again, that's totally base dependent. Same thing with Drag Bat, and Electron is up there too, but you know, I just feel like the Lalo is an attack it's one of the most difficult in the game to do, and it does pay dividends to learn it. So I'm going to attempt to give a tutorial on that, and I hope you enjoy the video. So I just recorded this and the thing crashed, so I lost it. It was very intricate and great, but now I'm going to try to go quicker because it took me forever to try to explain this attack. So I'm going to go much quicker than I had planned. But bottom line, here's your starting troops. With this attack, you're going to want 20 to 21 loons, 5 healers, 2 hounds, and 10 minions. The rest of your army is dependent on what you need to do what you need to do. So you have anywhere between like 17 to 23 to play with. If you're bringing wall breakers, which most of the time you will be, you may not need this much space of wall breakers that I'm using. For this attack, I do. The other thing is this clan we were facing, they didn't have any troops in their CC, so like I didn't need to bring a poison, so I just brought an extra freeze. But normally you're going to bring a poison, and you're going to have 3 of each of these. I have seen people switch out these 2 to go 2-2 and bring a jump instead of wall breakers for their queen, or I've seen them use to bring another rage. So it really depends on the base and what you get used to. But by and large, the starting army is that. Now, what are we doing here? So, this attack is a lot like Queen Charge Hybrid, and to be honest with you, like me starting to learn this attack, I it's really made me rethink Queen Charge Hybrid and Queen Charge Hog Rider. And originally, if you go back and watch my video, I was always, very focused, hyper focused on getting the town hall with my Queen Charge. And now that I'm like doing this attack, I'm seeing that really, and watching other people attack with hybrid, I'm not sure that should be the focus anymore. I really am thinking that the focus should be what really hurts your troops with your Queen Charge. So, what are the most dangerous things in both this attack and in the Queen Charge Lalo and in the Queen Charge Hybrid? The most dangerous things are the Eagle, your splash damages, the scatters, if we have multi Infernos, the Queen, the Champion, and that's about it. Now, with the hybrid, you have to worry about bombs. You also have to worry about much more about pathing with junk like storages and stuff because your miners can split on that. So the other thing is in Queen Charge Hybrid, you have to worry about the king. In Lalo, you don't have to worry about the king. The king can't hit your balloons. So he's irrelevant. So one of the heroes is completely taken out of it. Now, if you're doing a Queen Charge and you have to go through the king, then obviously you're going to have to worry about him. But the bottom line is that in both of these attacks, the splash damage is harmful to this attack just like it is to hybrid. So you really need to get a lot of value in this attack compared than normal with your Queen Charge. So what does that mean? That means that you really need to you have to have a plan in Lalo for the Queen, and you have to have a plan for the Royal Champion, right? Because in hybrid, you really don't necessarily have to have that strong of a plan because your miners will kill them, right? But in this attack, your balloons won't. So you have to have a plan for them. So you either have to, like my original plan with this one is I'm going to kill the queen with my queen. I'm going to kill the royal champion with my royal champion and with this guy here, because my royal champion will get out there and lock on him. But my plan didn't go as planned. So as you'll see, but what do I need to do with my queen? So I need to get the maximum value. So when I look at this base, now I'm thinking I need to get the eagle, I need to get the queen or the RC, and I need to get a scatter shot. So originally I'm like, okay, my queen can just come right in here. Look at this. I can come right in here. I can walk this aisle. I can get all of this. The problem is that this single inferno will kill me, and I can't do anything about it. So I can't go that way. So, what do I decide I'm going to do? Oh, I'm going to wall break in here, and then wall break through here and come in here. Like that's my plan. And I'm going to use my king to funnel this way. So these other troops that we've been talking about, these guys are your cleanup. Everything else, you can use wizards for cleanup too, but everything else is to help you make your funnel for your queen charge. So I'm going to try to use balloons over here to chop that funnel, my king here, and get my queen to go in here. And then my plan is she goes in here, she clears out all this, and she can reach this. And I think if she reaches that, this single inferno may lock onto her, but I can freeze it. And then I've taken out all this stuff. And then I'm going to start my Laloon from over here. Now, that's not what ended up happening because it didn't go as planned. So even though it didn't go as planned, it still worked. Let's talk about siege machines. Most of the time, and the way that I start breaking down a base, you start with thinking about using the blimp. Most people are using the blimp. Secondary, they're using the stone slammer. And so what are the uses of them? With the blimp, you can either get... So remember that I'm planning on my Laloons coming this way, my loons and my hounds. So you can either use the blimp to follow them, and so the loons are tanking for the blimp, so they're grabbing, and the hounds, they're grabbing black air mines, and then my blimp will break over here, and you could have a dragon come out of it. Other but I mean that's kind of risky. Most of the time, what I see people using the blimp for is they're using it to take out like a part of the base. So now that I've looked at this base, I think I should have used the blimp instead of the stone slammer. I should have just taken the blimp and then killed all this with a with a rage with yetis in there, and then I could have funneled my king over here. I could have brought my queen and have her go in there, and then got all this stuff. I mean, and then step up here. I mean, I think, and then started my Laloon, from up here, and then just go around. I think that would have been a lot better. But I didn't do that. So what is the Stone Slammer for? The Stone Slammer, it's basically used three different ways. Number one, it is used to kill a hero. So you could bring, like for instance, I could use my blimp to come in here, and it would kill this, and it would probably die, but before it got to another defense. But it would get over here, and then you would inside of it you would have a dragon and five loons. The dragon would kill, the RC, and it would deliver the loons and the dragon. You wouldn't do it to start the attack. You would do it as your loons coming here. So that's one way to use it. Another way to use it is to tank a scatter shot. So just pretend I wanted to start my Laloon over here, you know, over here and here. I could use a blimp to tank this scatter shot. The blimp can take, now I obviously couldn't because there's a single, but the blimp can like, scatter shot can shoot a blimp all day. So it's used to tank in a lot of times, and again, it's base dependent. The last use for the blimp, and the actual use that I did use it for, is to take out a town hall. So when I saw this base, I'm like, oh my god, there's only like one, two defenses to here. So if I kill this, which is what I was going to do in my opener with two loons, my blimp is going to come bink, bink, bink. Now, what do I have in my blimp? I don't mess around. Um, I do a dragon, and I do, if I'm taking out a town hall. Like if you do a lot of people are doing like a dragon and five loons. There's no reason to do that. Your loons are gonna die, and sometimes your dragon doesn't kill the town hall. It happens unless you freeze it. So like, why bother doing that? Put a dragon and put nine freaking goblins in there, and the goblins will kill the town hall and they'll escape if there's a pathway. So, and they might chew up on some storages, which actually ended up happening here. So if you're using a blimp to take out or a stone slammer to take out a town hall, or even a blimp, and I would do that, because you don't need any spells to take out the town hall. So up until now, there really isn't too much different from Queen Charge Hybrid. All the things I've said can hold true for that attack. There are two big differences in planning for these, because with Queen Charge Hybrid, you know, let's just pretend that I came in here and I cleared all this with my Queen Charge, and I'm going to start my hybrid over here. Like I said, your hybrid, you would have to clear this, so you really couldn't do it because you want your hybrid to go in. But let's just pretend this wasn't there. One major difference between these attacks is this: Queen Charge Hybrid, it's much easier because my plan kind of stops here. Like I had to plan everything until here, but now it kind of stops because all I'm doing is just dumping my freaking miners in a line, my hogs behind, my warden, and my RC, and then they're going, and I'm just watching. Maybe I use my ability here to kill this, and then as we get to here, maybe I drop a heal, and then I drop another heal here, and I use my ability on the town hall, whatever. But with Lalo, you can't just drop balloons. You have to plan this part of the attack. Now, in Queen Charge Lalo, most of the time, people are putting, to start their attack, you're picking like anchor defenses. So like obviously I'm sending my hound to go here. The hound's always before the loons, right? Unless like there's a big distance. Like just for instance, pretend that this was killed, this wasn't here, and my loons needed to get all the way over here from here. I could start my loons, and as soon as they get to here, I drop a hound. But in most instances, it's not going to be like that. So I'm dropping my hound, and then I'm dropping loons on this defense, loons on this defense, loons on this defense, and loons on this defense. How many loons? You're dropping 4 loons in each of these. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. My loons go here. I need to haste here. These loons, why are they there? They're there so my loons don't leave. You gotta keep your loons together. And these loons should go into here, which, should be nice. And they'll meet up with the party. So you have to strategically plan your loons, and you have to pay attention to all the places they could go. This loon can only go here because, again, this should all be gone. This loon can only go here, and maybe I drop my loons from here or here. It doesn't matter. So they meet up here. Now, what am I watching for? Once my hound and loons are dropped, I drop all of those. I'm watching the scatter shot. Okay, I need to watch my scatter shot. I need to make sure there's no reason to prematurely haste, and there's no reason to prematurely freeze. You need to have your freezes for the scatter shots, so or multi infernals if you have it. If you once the scatter shot breaks off the hound, you freeze it, and then you gotta haste everything through it. Okay, here's the thing though. Multi or single, they both have their positives and negatives. It doesn't deter this attack. Yeah, single infernos don't really help with crap. Now they could pop your loon early or your hound early, but that's kind of irrelevant from what I've seen. They don't really hurt your attack. Multi will hurt your loons, but singles can hurt your queen charge. So like I have the queen charge in here, I have to freeze this. If this was a multi, I wouldn't have to freeze it. Well, guess what? I'll just freeze a multi later. So either way, you're freezing it. So it kind of uses the same spells. So here's the other big thing with Queen Charge Hybrid. You've got to start your hybrid around 150. 140, 135 at the latest. With Queen Charge Laloon, you really don't have to start your Laloon till 130. You can start at 120. I've seen people start it with 50 seconds left and get a base. I would never recommend that. I'm at 130 and I haven't dropped my loons. I'm starting to panic. But you got about an extra 30 seconds with your queen charge than with. So let's watch this. Okay. So I'm taking my loons, getting out of that. I don't want my queen to walk. I got my king down. He's tanking early, so I don't have to drop my healers. I can watch, and keep going on my queen. I see a Tesla pop, so I'm like, oh crap, I can't really use, anything else over there, like a wizard or something to help funnel. Now here's the important thing. I knew that I had to get. I don't want to wall break this wall, so I had to wait until I killed these 2 defenses, which I have, before I drop my wall breaker. If I don't, my wall breaker will go to this wall. But wall breakers, because this cannon is above this cannon, now my wall breaker will target this wall. That's how they work. Okay, so things are looking really good. My king goes in there. Wow, that's great. Takes out that. Queen goes here. Boom, get the queen. Now, queen kills her. Gets that. Gets the eagle. Things are like looking great. I get that. Now this king engages me. Okay, that wasn't expecting that, and I really don't want to use a spell. So I used my headhunter. I actually didn't even need to use the headhunter because the queen had it. Now I'm using another spell. Now I see, oh crap, my queen's not doing what I think, because remember I wanted my queen to go back to that compartment, and I wanted her, to come back in here and then get all this. That didn't happen. So now I have to improvise. So now I have to start a hound here with loons behind, and I believe before I start the next part of the attack. So I drop my loons first. Why? Because I got time. Now I drop my hound, and I timed it perfectly. Oh no, I didn't. Ha! So now I'm dropping my other hound, and I'm doing groups. Groups. Now look at this. Look at the scatter. I got time. I get a haste. They're gone. Okay, now I see that, and I probably didn't even need that freeze, but I wasn't. I had 4 freezes. I'm not messing around. So like now I'm only really focusing on this. I'm freezing that. They're in there. They're hasted. We should be good. And now I got to drop the loons on the outside. I actually, because I'm getting used to this attack, my warden was dropped really late. My warden should be up there with the loons. I dropped him way too late. Now I'm dropping those loons to keep him in. Now I see my queen gets I use a freeze there because I might as well keep her alive. So now I'm dropping the stone slammer up top. And my queen is going to take out the RC, it turns out. Okay, so now I'm using my ability because, again, I don't need my ability for anything else. My queen did not kill the RC, but he got close. And I have my RC to come in here. And he's coming in to get the other RC. So everything's splitting. Now here we go. My stone slammer gets that. I just freeze because I have an extra freeze. I didn't need to do that. It wouldn't have mattered. Look at that. My goblins come out, and they're actually going to do work. Got it. So let's look at this next base. I'm going to try to go a little quicker here in the interest of time. So what am I looking at here? I have to kill the queen, and I have to kill the RC. The RC's outside, so I'm not really worried about him. But my queen's in here, so I got to go in there and get the queen. You know, you can use headhunters with your loons. I'm just not doing that to start off because that's just more complication. So what am I thinking here? I'm thinking I can go from either side, but I decided I want to blimp from this side. Kill all this with my blimp, and I use a rage, and that's some great value there. Get all this, and my queen is going to go this way. I want to break her in. I've got to deal with a king because of it, so I'm bringing this guy. But my queen can get the town hall. So, like, that's huge. So my queen can get the town hall, and he can get the queen. And I'm getting all of this. So my queen charge and my opener should take out half the base, which leaves what's left. She'll get the sweeper too. So I can now Lalo from this way. Okay? I completely because again, I'm new to this attack. I completely botched my spells. I completely botched this attack, and I destroyed this base. So let's give it a watch here. I'm making sure I'm making my funnel for my queen, so I brought up baby dragon. There we go, boom. Queen's down. It's taking out everything. Everything's going great. Even got that. I mean, that opener took out all that. That's some huge value. And this guy, I'm not using super wall breakers. I mean, it's one little wall. I should be able to manage that with 5 wall breakers. I put my test wall breaker. He ends up getting it. Don't even need the other 4. Again, when you're doing, you got to respect the warden, man. The warden can kill you, your queen, even without a rage. So here we go. Queen's going in. I mean, I got plenty of time. Now I'm dropping my headhunter, and I'm doing that so I don't need a rage. Right? The headhunter allows you to not use a rage. I'm dropping one of my wizards that up there. Now I'm coming into the queen. Once I mean, you have plenty of time, because again, these attacks don't go. There we go. Hound. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look, my warden. Oh, kind of late. I should be dropping a haste. There we go. I'm freezing the middle because there's splash damage in there. Another haste. Now I need to use my warden ability because I dropped my and I didn't. So I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I used it really late. Now I dropped my champion to go in there, and I need to drop minions behind. Now I've got those extra loons. Oh, Stone Slammer. Now I screwed up there. I dropped a haste. I meant to drop a freeze. So I totally messed this up. I dropped my freeze. Everything's coming in. Champions left. Doesn't matter. What I should have done is drop a freeze on it and then hasted the loons to it, but I didn't. So even though I botched that, I still got this base. I do want to show. I'm going to do this really quick, but I do want to show you what I'm talking about, like how my point of view has kind of changed on hybrid. In the past, I would always, you know, I would always be thinking, I gotta get to town hall with my queen charge. Gotta do it, you know. I gotta get in here, and then after I get in here, I'm gonna see which way the queen goes, and and then I'm gonna hybrid on that side, like that was always my deal. Now maybe I wouldn't have tried it on this base, but we really need to start rethinking of the queen charge and differently and getting more value on the queen charge because the town hall is not a big deal. I mean, just freaking use your warden ability on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so look at it that way. It's no different than if I'm coming in here, you know, with all of this damage on my. I need to warden. I need to warden ability right there anyways in the beginning of attack. So what's the difference? So let's just watch here, and what I did and see the value I get on the queen charge. Wall break in there. Make my funnel. I draw a king. Freeze that. Queen's in. King ability. Queen's in there. I mean, look at the value. I decided to try to do a wall breaker, but he hits that. I mean, now I'm starting the attack. I mean, the queen and the king have taken out a huge portion of this base, huge amount of defenses. I'm just throwing the loons there because what the hell? There's not much, offensive stuff. So I'm using, my barracks to kind of clear out that trash because I don't want my. Oh, here's another thing I did that I've learned the hard way. So I use my barracks to clear out the trash in front of the trash point defenses because I don't want my miners to split. But what I did, and this is the thing, I sent out a test miner. Okay, what? So like, there's a miner that's right here right now. Why did I do that? I sent out a test miner, then my warden, right? Because what keeps happening is I'm sending out all my miners, then my warden, and he never catches up to him. Send out a test miner, start your warden, or a sacrificial suicide miner, I guess. Start your warden, then throw everything out. Now, look at that. I can use the ability. I got everything. Even the stuff from the barracks is on that. Now I'm dropping my my champion, a little early. I got a heal there. Now that scatter again. I should be. I'm watching that, but they're okay in a heal because there's only a scatter on it. Now I'm freezing it, and it's done. Anyhow, sorry about the long.